anticipating making any changes when you name your team?
Look, there's potential that we may make one or two changes based on who's available, who's not available. So we haven't got to that point yet. We trained this morning, see how everyone goes through training, and then we'll have match committee this afternoon.
Jasper's the obvious one that could be knocking on the door. How's he going?
Yeah, he's one that we'll have a look at. We actually won't see that much of Jasper today because we're building him up through the week. Right now I'm better than 50-50 that Jasper will play, but we've still got to tick a few boxes, and he won't do that until Saturday. That will be the final test for Jasper.
Can we just wait 1 second?
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. I swear it was fully charged.
Doesn't look that way, Nick. It's just not.
Looks like just not quite ready for the press conference. Just a little bit off.
I'm looking good for me.
That'd be like me starting the game with 16 players. I'd get in trouble for that.
Not like the good old days when you had your own audio bloke, was it, Nick? No?
I've never had an audio guy.
Hello, 10.
Sorry about that.
So we have to name Peter and side and then wait for Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll name him in the side, but we won't be absolutely 100% certain until Saturday that he's going to play. As I said, I'm better than 50-50 is probably too line ball. It's probably 80-20 that I expect Jasper to play. So, but he's recovered pretty well. I've seen him run Tuesday. I was really comfortable with the way he's running. But we need to make sure that come Saturday morning he's able to play football on Sunday.
In terms of the number of players that you've used throughout the season, do you feel because of form or injuries or whatever that you've struggled to have a settled side for?
Yeah, well, they're the obvious reasons, and there's no denying that. Is that I think we've used 35 players, and that's it's not extraordinarily high now at this time of the year to have 35 players on have played AFL football. So, but yeah, that's usually the reasons: form and injury, and we've had a little bit of both.
Does that mean that you've been able to have a look at a few as well, and have you learned more about the list over the?
Well, it's hopefully given us an opportunity to see some players play a little bit more football at AFL level than they perhaps may not have been able to play if we had been fit, and if we had certainly been in better form, we might not have had as many changes.
What sort of challenge does St Kilda pose this week?
Oh, they've been really good. Knowing Richo really well. Their pressure has been quite elite. They're a young, very young side, and I think that everyone's saying that already that they've won 6 games. That they're a pass mark for the season, and I know Richo wouldn't be thinking that way. He'd be thinking that there's more wins to come, and for us, we acknowledge that they've been every game so far this year. They're full of enthusiasm for the contest. It's something we have to match and be better than.
Is he implying a similar style to what you did at the start of your time here?
Oh, I'm not. Again, not sure. Richo's in his second year, so he's significantly advanced from where he was 2 years ago. So I'd imagine that. I think every club starts in the same place. You want to be competitive, you want to be able to put pressure on, and you want to be able to hit the scoreboard as often as you can. So,
the similarities, though, can you see the game style between the clubs?
Personally, I think you see similarities in everyone's game. And it's pretty simple that everyone wants to play a certain style of football. Want to be really hard to score against, and then obviously we want to challenge the opposition. But it all starts with your effort and pressure.
The Saints do play a bit of a freewheeling style. Are you keen to sort of engage that, or keen more to maybe avoid a bit of a shootout like we saw last week against Essendon?
Yeah, no, you read the stats, and what have we been in 4 out of the 5 games where there's 100 points for both sides? That's not the way we want to play. We'd certainly like to certainly restrict the opposition from scoring. I think that 70, 80 point mark is a great number to keep, and that gives you a better chance to win. I know that. And if you get into high scoring games, it can be exactly what it is. It can be a bit of a roll of the dice. And we've played a couple of those games we've played have been at Etihad, which I think is a much harder and faster track to defend on, but still we didn't defend at our best last week. Essendon challenged us really well in that space.
We've got a couple of exciting young forwards, the Saints in Bruce and young Paddy McCartan, who were pretty good on the weekend. So any plans in particular to sort of combat those two?
No, there's another bloke there called Rewalt too that's pretty handy, so we've got to be very mindful of that. But Bruce has had an outstanding season, and Paddy McCartan was picked number 1 for obvious reasons. So they'll provide us significant challenges. Brewster's a bit similar to Homshi, aren't they? Their stories come from the same club, and they've had pretty strong seasons, both boys, and they might even end up on each other.
Ken, in the early part of the season, you were talking about the players feeling the pressure and expectation, all that sort of stuff. Have you felt as the season season's progressed even to the point now that the players are playing with a bit more freedom, or have the shackles been taken off because of the reality of where you are on the ladder?
No, I won't allow it. I want us to deal with pressure. I want us to handle that, and I don't want to let that ever happen to us. And if we look for that as as a way to think that we're doing something slightly different or better, that's poor. And that's not what we're going to do. We're going to face up to the pressure, and we're going to try and handle it, and we're going to learn to get better at it.
So you don't feel like the players, the mindset is just to throw caution to the wind and see what happens, and certainly stick to
No, that mindset's set by the coach, and that won't happen.
So in terms of that then, Ken, you want them to embrace the pressure. I mean, are we seeing a situation where you're essentially going to face 6 elimination finals from now on? You know, that creates its own situation.
Yeah, well, all I worry about is Sunday, and I'm going to make sure we turn up and give ourselves the best chance to win the game on Sunday. And what will be will be. As I've said it 3 years ago. You get what you deserve. If that's what we deserve, we stand up and we face that.
Winning the home games obviously going to be crucial, but if you're going to get something out of the year, isn't it?
Winning every game you're playing is crucial to getting something out of you, and that's what puts together a great season. Is that you win games whether you're at home or whether you're away, and by the end of the season you've got a significant number of wins. Now we haven't got that at this stage, so we're going after every win we can possibly get, regardless, as I say, and I've said last week, regardless of what the longer term picture looks like for people, whether you can or you can't turn up later in the year. I'm going after every game I possibly can to win, and the club will do the same.
St Kilda's strength, apart from probably a few of their key forwards, is definitely their midfield. They're pretty deep there. Do you really put it on your midfield this week to sort of make sure they go out and get the job done?
Yeah, it's a pretty boring answer for you, but that's what happens every week, I reckon, in the midfield. The midfield parts of every team are the most crucial parts, and they give you the best opportunity to win the ball first and send it your way. So, with Armitage and Stevens and those type of players that are certainly really high quality, Montagna, Billy Longer in the ruck, they've got, their midfield's been really dynamic for them. So, but our midfield's got to stand up to that challenge led by the captain, and he'll do that with, our other blokes, Robbie and Ollie and Brad and Hamish and, Lobes and Paddy. So we've got equal amount of ability to go through there and challenge them, but it won't work if we don't get our hands on the ball first.
A bit off topic, but the Adam Goods situation, how does that sit with you as a footy person?
Yeah, I don't like it. I think it's really disrespectful. I think when you see what it's doing to Adam, you've got to be able to stand up and understand that that's somewhere we shouldn't go. If someone's feeling that much pressure from what's going on, I think it's really poor look. Football community as a whole over the last 4 weeks has been fantastic, the way we've stood up and collectively stayed together. I think there's another opportunity for us to show that, I think, and we should respect a champion of our game, and Adam Goods is a champion of our game, and it's in flat out terms it's really disrespectful.
Can I just ask about Paddy Ryder? How's he been this week? Do you feel that sort of his ability to step up in the last quarter last week? Noticed anything different about him?
No, the beauty with Paddy is he's very much the same week in, week out, whether he was in good or bad form, whether he had a significant part of the last quarter or he didn't. He'd react the same way. He'd come to work and and try and add to the team, and that's what he'll do again. He'll do that again this week for us. But it's really pleasing. Clearly, it's pleasing for Paddy to have been able to have that impact against his old side, but we need him to have that impact again this week.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, boys.